Hello, lovely people. I want to welcome you all to ADZoone Properties right here on ADZoone TV. My name is Nanael Charles. You can call me NYC for short. And I will still be your lovely host. Anyway, you know that property is something that, we all desire to acquire. Everyone wants to have a property. Everyone wants to acquire some. But the basis of acquiring a property has always got to do with the land. Yes, and you know that land is one thing that has been a headache for most people in Ghana right now, because we are having litigation issues, we are having, land guard, a lot. You understand? And so today we want to talk about how to acquire land, like, the do's and the don'ts of getting a land so that you are not found wanted, because a lot of people are duped all the time just because they want to acquire land and build their properties on. Before we go into that, I have a beautiful guest who is going to help us break down the do's and the don'ts of acquiring a land in Ghana so that you are not duped. But before that, I want to remind you that this program is proudly brought to you by FekaTek Ventures. At FekaTek Ventures, we say we are here to sell for all your Wi-Fi's, your MiFi's, your routers, every other thing, all the accessories. Look nowhere else than FekaTek Ventures. And also we have DAYSTYLLE fashion for you. At DAYSTYLLE fashion, all your kaftans, everywhere. If you want a beautiful wear, very nice wear for every occasion, I would recommend DAYSTYLLE fashion for you. At DAYSTYLLE fashion, we say every day in style. And Believe Concept. At Believe Concept, we say we are your design solutions. And at Believe Concept, everything website, graphic design. See, I won't give you any fake thing. I bring only original things to you. And also we have BUILDAXIS Enterprise. BUILDAXIS Enterprise, if you're looking for a land to buy, a land that is litigation free, a land that has no problem, a land which documents are intact. If you're also looking for building materials to buy, everything that you need when it comes to lands and buildings, I tell you, I don't bring you any fake thing. I want you to look nowhere else than BUILDAXIS Enterprise. As you know, we have all the numbers running down the screen, so you can pick any of them, any of our sponsors which you need your services, and they will be of help unto you. Right, let's move straight into our discussion today. I have an amazing guest with me to help us break down or do the discussion on acquiring a land here in Ghana where you would have no problem or you wouldn't be duped. So I have with me Mr. Shaibu Adams, the CEO of BUILDAXIS Enterprise. Mr. Adams, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, boss.
Great. You look awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You look great too. You look very nice. Yeah.
Great. Mr. Adams, so today we're talking about lands.
Yeah.
Yes, and I believe that it's one thing that a lot of people find difficult to get. And so some people are even saying they will just buy houses. They won't buy lands.
Yeah.
And it looks like, you see, when you are building a house, I believe that you want to express yourself.
Yeah.
So you are able to tell them, build it this way, I want the hall this way. But because a lot of people are afraid of acquiring lands because of the problems around it and stuff like that, they prefer buying houses, out of their comfort. They are not really comfortable with it, but they have to.
Yeah.
And so today, my first question is, because we always buy land, a lot of people bring the issue of we've been duped, we've been like a lot of things going on, having land issues, litigations and stuff like that. Yes. Yeah. What is the most important thing to check or to know when buying a land?
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very, very much. And I really appreciate this opportunity.
You're welcome,
and I thank ADZoone TV for giving me this opportunity to help Ghanaians locally and then internationally who wants to buy lands and then also develop their lands as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started here. In Ghana, if you want to own a land, there are steps that you have to go through to own a land.
Okay.
And then sometimes we Ghanaians or we the individuals ourselves bring some of the problems to ourselves. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because if you want to buy a land, whether you are in Ghana, first of all, if you're not in Ghana, you get a trusted person, either a family member or a friend. If you don't have these people, that's why you have to look for a company or an institution like BUILDAXIS, because we step in for Ghanaians who are internationally not in Ghana but maybe abroad, anywhere around the world. You want to buy land, you want to develop land, we help you do that. Now let's go straight to the point. So if you want to buy a land in Ghana, what you do is that you first visit the site physically.
Okay.
Don't let somebody go to the site
And come and
take a picture and send to you that this is the site.
Okay.
Don't let somebody go and see the site for you. We will take it in two folds. If you are in Ghana, again, and you want to buy land in Ghana, don't sit in the house or don't sit somewhere and tell someone to go and have a look at the site for you or take a picture of the land and send to you. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because where you are going to buy the land, either for residential or commercial purposes. I mean, whether you're going to stay there or you're going to use it for a business, it means it's a place that will take most of your time or your lifetime there. Because wherever you do properties, it's somewhere that you go to check on your properties. If you build there, it means you're going to stay there most of your time. So you have to make sure the place you are buying the land is good for residential purposes.
And you're okay with it.
Good. But if you stay in your house and then send somebody to go to the site and have a look for you, maybe your priorities in buying the land is different from somebody else. Let's say I am going to buy land. That's okay, Mr. Charles, go to the site, have a look at the site and then send me pictures. Okay, it's good. Mr. Charles will go to the site, have a look at the area, but Mr. Charles has his own priority when buying land. I have my priority in buying land. What if my priority and Mr. Charles' priority are not the same? Meaning I'll have issues with the location. Even though there is no problem with the land, but I'll have issues with the location. I might say it's far. I might say it's not good for my residential purposes. It's not good for commercial and all those stuff. But if you visit them yourself, you avoid all these issues. And then you get the time to assess the land, see the location and everything to make sure that it suits you. That is number one. Now, let's go to a Ghanaian who is not in Ghana. If you want to buy a land and you're not in Ghana, since the first steps in acquiring land in Ghana is visiting the site physically, where you are not in Ghana here, you get a family member that you trust.
Of late, the family members are feeling the people.
Yes, you can get a friend. That's why we have companies like us, BUILDAXIS. We step in for Ghanaians and Ghanaians internationally and locally who wants to buy land but are not closer to the places.
Okay, so that means that if someone is not in Ghana, the person can contact you straight. So that you will do everything for the person. Get the land. And I believe that you're going to take the person's priorities first. As you began with, and then make sure you get the land for the person. And help the person build, whether he's here or not. Okay, that means if you're out there and you're watching and you're not in Ghana, I've been with them for a while and I know that BUILDAXIS Enterprise, they are the best when it comes to building. And, you know, especially when you're not in Ghana, you can just leave everything in their hands. Just supply them with the resources needed. And you come back to Ghana and you meet something that you will be surprised. You'll be shocked that, oh, did I do this? Or was it really my money that did this? At a very small fee, you can get something bigger and best for yourself.
As I was saying. So with this, we can help you in visiting the lands personally ourselves. We will visit the land for you. It's either we do Zoom or we do WhatsApp video. You look at the place to make sure that you like the place. We'll tell you the proximity from the roadside to the place, how the place looks like, whether it's a developing, undeveloping, or it's already developed. We check these things all before we give you the feedback, or whilst we are checking, we give you a video. If you have time, after that time, you look through everything with us. Then after you have everything and then you see that you're okay, you give us the feedback, then we proceed from there. We go to the place with a surveyor because that is our job. And then after you visit the site physically and assess the place to see that you're okay with the place, the next thing you do is to conduct a search from the Lands Commission. And this is where most Ghanaians ignore and later have the lot of litigation issues we are talking about right now. Most of the litigation issues we are facing now is because of not conducting the search from Lands Commission. The government has provided Lands Commission, and then all lands in Ghana are having a very proper documented system with them. That every land in Ghana, whether owned by chiefs, owned by companies, owned by individuals, they have every information.
Okay, so Mr. Shaibu, let's say someone is watching you out there, and the person is, I won't call the person an illiterate, but maybe someone who doesn't know a lot about lands. And so, yes, I've had the money, I want to get the land. And you are saying we should conduct a search. How, as a layman would ask, how can I conduct a search? Which name am I using? How do I do it?
Okay. So when it comes to that, that's where we BUILDAXIS come in.
Okay.
We are dedicated to helping every Ghanaian, as I was saying, both locally and internationally, to own land without litigation and also not having any issues concerning litigation.
Okay.
So this is how we do it. Before you go and then do search, or you construct a search for land, what you do is that you first go to the land, like the way we went there physically, have a view of the area. So when you go there, you go with your surveyor. So a layman,
the layman buying, you have to go with your own surveyor.
That is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
The reason why the layman has to go with your surveyor is that, one, if the surveyor works for the company, the surveyor has the company's interest at hand. And then if the person you are buying the land, either estate or individual or company you are buying from, has issues with the land, that particular surveyor is not going to disclose to you. And that is the problem that we have in Ghana here. Most customers don't do search before they buy the lands. You see, so we take it upon ourselves as an enterprise or as an institution that we will help Ghanaians go through all these processes to avoid all the future drama. Because if you want to buy land now, a plot, if you are conducting a search at the Lands Commission, a plot right now will not cost you more than 1,000 cedis. Even though you are buying a plot of, let's say, 50,000, 40,000, or let's say the lowest will be maybe 30,000. And they are taking 1,000 cedis to verify the land which you are buying and investing your lifetime investment. Because mind you, you don't buy the land to leave it there like that. You buy the land to invest in it. So you ignore 1,000 cedis cost, and then in the future you face a problem that is more than 1,000 cedis. Just imagine.
Yes, I feel that's what people do because they're like, this is too expensive. You give it to me, I trust you. Then that is all. But from what you're saying, that means every person, whether you're a layman, if you know about it and you can do it on your own, fine. But if you're a layman, and yes, the laymen are those who get duped more often.
It's true.
And so that means you also have to get your personal surveyor who will go with you, not coming from the company, and would have your interest at hand. So that whatever it is, he'll tell you what it is and what you should do.
So, and that is where we come in again as BUILDAXIS. We have qualified surveyors. We have good surveyors who know how to handle customer care. You contact us. Wherever you want to buy land, you let us know. We'll come meet you. We'll take you to the site. After having a view of the area, you confirming to us that you are okay, you want to buy. Then our surveyor will pick the land, bring it to the office. We are going to plot the point. After plotting the point, that's where we get a site plan. And the site plan will be sent to Lands Commission for search to verify that the owner who is selling the land to you or selling the land to my customer is a real owner of the land, or he is not the owner, or he is in transaction with somebody or a third party. So the search will officially tell us everything concerning the land. If the land is registered by 2 people, we will know. If the land is registered by 1 person, we will know. If it is a family, we will know. So that is where, if the one selling the land to us, the information he gave to us is what is on the land, then it means the land is genuine for us to buy.
So if I go what you're saying, aside you selling lands, if someone has bought a land somewhere or likes to acquire land somewhere and would need a personal surveyor to go with the person to check out the land, that means that surveyor is going to have the customer's interest at hand, not the company. Okay, great. So that means you have surveyors, trained surveyors who would go there and do that surveying for the person
to protect the customer from
being duped.
Number 1, 2, incurring or not doing something that will cost him his future. Because as I was saying, mind you, you are buying the land to develop. You don't buy a land, leave it there like that. It's either commercial or residential. So if I'm ignoring, or if we are ignoring 1,000 cedi cost, that will give me a whole history or the detail about the land which I'm here to invest more than what the search is requesting, then we have to do it. So after we had information, confirm that, okay, Mr. Charles is selling this piece of land for me. After verifying it's true, Mr. Charles is having the name on the land and then he is the rightful owner. Then we come to the business of transacting. That is where we bargain, and then it will become between you and the customer as at that time. So after you guys agree on a fee and a fee is paid, we come in again. What do? We help the customer to do either change of ownership or re-register the land into the customer's name.
Okay, so if as part of acquiring the land,
yes,
is it mandatory to change to your name as a customer before you start any project on it?
Okay, so this is it. It's in two ways. If a customer buys a land from an individual, okay, let's say Mr. Charles buys a land from me, not BUILDAXIS, because BUILDAXIS is an enterprise or institution on its own. So maybe you buy the land from me and then you want to develop. I'll urge you to register the land or do change of ownership before you start work. Or you can make the process ongoing, then you start developing the land. The reason why you have to do that is because, one, the person that you bought the land from may or might have also bought it from somebody. And then with that, the person gave him an indenture and a site plan, which is not bearing your name. Okay. Even though he is a rightful owner and has sold the land to you. But the land is not bearing your name. The land doesn't have any details of you on it. So as it stands now, or as at that time, the land still belongs to the person who sold the land to you.
So it can easily be taken away from you?
Yes.
Despite the fact that you have paid?
Yes. You can.
Okay, but wait. If there are receipts.
Yes.
I've taken receipts and everything.
Yeah.
And I've not done a change of ownership.
Yeah.
And the name is still there.
Yeah.
The person can come back with probably some aggression or something
and
can take it back from me?
Yes.
Wow.
The reason why is that is because that's why I wanted to take it in two folds for our viewers to understand.
Yeah. Excuse me.
If you are buying it from an individual, after doing all your search, confirming he is the rightful owner, and then bargaining, doing the transaction, whether he gave you receipt, whether you had an agreement or anything that you did before he sold the land to you, after he selling it to you, you have to make sure you register the land, because there might be future occurrences or there might be disputes between you guys, and then it might cause something that we cannot imagine or we cannot guess because we don't know the future.
Yes.
So it's best to protect your interest
so in order to avoid all those
in order to avoid every drama, every problem, after paying the land, the next thing is bringing surveyors back to the site again and then picking the whole land
over
again. So this time around, what we'll do is that if it's an individual, that's what I'm explaining now. If you're buying it from an individual, so the one that you bought the land from now would then take the site plan. That is when the site plan is prepared, and after sending it to the Lands Commission, the director of Lands Commission will approve the site plan. When they approve the site plan, the original surveyor also sign to get it done. And then when they are done, they will bring the site plan back to you, the land buyer, the one who bought the land.
Yeah.
You, the customer who bought the land. You give the site plan to the one you bought the land from, or he can direct you from the original owner who signed his document for him. Because as at that time, maybe the document he was using is certified. When we say certified document is a document that, or it's a site plan that is only valid for people who buy land from companies or institutions. The reason that it goes that way is because every real estate company, or most of them, register their lands in their name. So the real estate and the customer is a third party, because the real estate bought the land actually from the chiefs or a family.
Yeah.
So you, the customer, becomes a third party. So when he buys it and registers the land in his name, he is protecting the interest of his customers. So when he gives you a certified site plan, as long as the registration of the company is there on the land, you are secured. Because you have an agreement with the company where they've given you an indenture or already they've given you an agreement form and all those
It's more or
things
less like a registered land already.
ready, so you don't have problem with that.
Okay.
But when it's an individual, that is where you have to be very careful, and then we have to do what we are doing now. So then, after the site plan comes from the Lands Commission, we take it to the one that you bought the land from, to take it to the owner of the land that he bought the land from,
Sign.
to do the indenture. After the indenture, he will sign. So after signing, you have to take it to court for solicitor to solidify the indenture for you. Then after that, you take the site plan back to the Lands Commission for valuation.
That's a lot of processes.
That's a lot of processes. And it's the safety of the customer.
Wow. I believe that there are a lot of processes you have to go through, but I think 2-3 main points I really picked that I see that it's the fundamental things you need to do when acquiring a land. One, go to the land, check it physically, know for yourself. Secondly, I learned you have to conduct a search on the land. Thirdly, after being able to acquire the land, you should be able to do change of ownership. Especially when you bought it from
an individual.
Great. So viewers out there, if you're watching, these are the first 3 main points you need to consider when you want to buy a land. Otherwise, you might be found wanting. Okay, so back to these land issues and stuff like that. I'm going to buy a land as a layman. What are the red flags I should consider when I'm going to buy a land?
Okay, so one of the red flags you should consider when you're going to buy a land is when you go to the site to inspect, and then the one who take you there, whether a company or an individual, is trying to make everything snappy. Oh, it's okay, let's just, at least you have seen the area, let's just go. Oh, it's okay, let's go. I've come to buy land. I am coming to do my project, whether residential or commercial. I have to inspect the land.
Give me the luxury.
I have to get the time to walk around the place to see if I like the place to my satisfaction before I do anything else. You don't have to pressure the customer who has come to buy the land to make things snappy, because you, the landowner, your interest is to sell out the property and get your money. But the interest of the customer is to check the durability, the accessibility, and everything that he wants to do there to make sure that everything is okay before he or she does whatever he wants to do. So if you see those things, let's go. Oh, it's okay. Don't do it. 2, when you haven't been to the site, and whether an individual or a company is demanding for you to make payment before you visit the site, that is a big red flag some people do, especially those in abroad, and they lose their lands and they have litigation issues.
Wow.
Don't pay money to either a real estate company or real estate agent or an individual until you've gone to see the place that the person is selling to you or you want to buy. Because one, you are not in Ghana, but you have a family member, you have a friend. If you don't have these people, that is why BUILDAXIS has come to help. What we do is that we help you own land with no issues. So you can contact us, as our numbers were scrolling, as you were saying, we'll help you do that. Now, if you have somebody, after inspecting the area, the person has to give you evidence, documents, pictures, videos to prove that what you saw or what they are saying is true before you can make transactions. You don't send money whilst you've not seen the land. What if you've sent the money and the location you wanted is not what they gave you, alas?
You were talking about videos and pictures and stuff like that. Yes, it still goes, but they are still being duped. Yes, I'm with you here, but I'm not in Ghana. So let's say I'm abroad and I want to buy a land. And the person sends videos, sends documents and everything. How can I be too sure that this land is genuine?
Okay, you can't be too sure. That is why you need to contact BUILDAXIS. Because one, maybe the family member that you trust in does not have your interest at heart. Maybe the friend that you trust doesn't have your interest at heart. But with BUILDAXIS, that is our job. That is what we do. That is what we do. We help people both internationally and locally to own lands with no litigation. So after getting in touch, maybe you want to buy the land, talk to the people and everything. When you want to transact business, you can call us. Oh, BUILDAXIS, I have this land here. I want to buy, but they said this, and that. I want you to come in and then make sure that everything that they say is okay. That is our job. We'll come in for you.
Okay,
go to the place.
You are like if the person is not here, you can be a middle person. Probably if the person has even gotten a land elsewhere, you can be a middleman to conduct all the checks and make sure that the person is buying the right thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Our goal or our dream is to wake up one and then see all Ghanaians free from litigation. And that is a big blow when it comes to land, because most people have their hard-earned money. Look at our brothers abroad, working in snow, going to shifts, working on all this, and then gathering money to buy a land, and a family member or a friend would pay this money away. It's very painful. Sometimes some of them come back to Ghana without nothing, because whatever they had, they send it to do something here.
They thought they were investing, but they come and meet nothing.
That is why we BUILDAXIS say, no, we can't let Ghanaians go on suffer like this. We'll come in. We have lands that we sell building materials, we do land surveying, we do everything about land.
So even when it comes to you building the structure for the person,
we can help.
You do that.
Yeah, we can help the person to do that.
Wow.
But in the first step, what we have to make sure is that the land that you are buying that will have all these projects is secured. So you can let us come in for you. We'll make all these checks for you, make sure that you are okay before you can transact and then avoid this thing. The next thing, or the next red flag that you shouldn't do is when you want to buy a land, and then after every communication or after all the inquiries that you've done, then when you come to the office, you pay money and then you're asked to go. When the document is ready, they'll call you. It's a big red flag.
Wow. So that means if you're being asked to go, come and pay money, then later on you'll be given the... So if I get it right,
yes,
the first point, when you are forced to be snappy, when you go to the... It's okay. This is just a place. Because they are running away from people coming to meet them there and stuff like that. Okay, great. And the next thing is you paying before you go to the land. It's also
it's a big red
flag.
Yeah.
And the second one is you paying before your documents are given to you. You have to see the documents before you make any payment.
Most real estate companies, you have to make payment, but you are given receipts. Some even give you contract. Some give you agreement. There should be an agreement between you and the company stating that this person or Mr. Charles has bought land from BUILDAXIS, and then he paid this amount, and then his document will be ready by this, and there's so that you guys will sign, both sides will sign, have a paper agreement, have something, have a document that shows you've paid money to either an individual or a company.
Wow.
Yes.
Guys, if you're out there, this is getting more educational, it's getting more interesting. I believe you're learning something because you have been duped for too long. Ask yourself, when was the last time you were duped? You see, you are afraid to buy land. But today, with the help of Mr. Shaibu, we are breaking it down. And you know, ADZoone Properties will bring to you nothing but the best in acquiring properties. And so, before we go for break, we have these three things you have to put in mind. These three red flags, put this in mind. So that you don't go and buy a fake land and then you come back home with your hands on your head and say that you've been duped. Okay, so you have to check when people are forcing you to be snappy when you get to the land. If they are telling you to hurry up, it's a red flag. If they are telling you to pay before you go to the land, it's a big red flag. If they are telling you to pay money before they give you the document, or pay money where there are no contracts, especially when with companies or even if it's individuals where there are no contracts, there's nothing to show that you've bought a land from them, something you can stand on as an evidence when the need arises. It's a big red flag. Okay, so I'm still reminding you that this program is proudly brought to you by FekaTek Ventures. At FekaTek Ventures, we say we are here to serve. At DAYSTYLLE Fashion, we say that every day in style. And also we have Believe Concept. We say your design solutions. And we have BUILDAXIS Enterprise, where all your building materials, all your lands, if you want them accurate and secured, look no elsewhere than BUILDAXIS Enterprise. Okay, Mr. Shaibu, I think it's getting interesting, and we entering further.
Yeah.
And more. This is getting more inciting and educative. Okay. So my next question: how can buyers, confirm that this land is registered or litigation free? Because some people can just take you to the land, especially when nobody is there. Oh, this is the land. This is that. They will have, some posts and stuff marked there, making it look like it's their own because they know everything around that place.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know, you just fall for their traps, and you find yourself wanting. How can one know that the land is registered or is litigation free?
Okay, so with this, I think we've already given the foundations about it already, but we are going to still go further. Okay, so to confirm that the one, either a company or an individual, he or she or the company is a rightful owner of the land, it also goes back to conducting a search. That is very important. And I said it earlier. That is what most Ghanaians don't take serious, and that is what brings our problems. And one thing, it's not only about the layman though. Search doesn't affect only layman. And then mind you can make search or you can ask around. Most, even, excuse me to say, rich people or middle class people in Ghana also faces the same issues.
How? Why?
How and why? You ask yourself that, why is somebody buying a land worth 100,000 Ghana cedis and then spending 1,000 cedis to make a search?
It becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem. Sometimes I don't understand. But you see, I don't blame them. It's because they don't have this enlightenment that we have, or they don't have the further knowledge about how to make sure lands are secure before you invest your money. So that's why we come in again to advise and also let them know that we have an enterprise, we have an institution that helps you avoid any problem concerning land from now that you're going to start your project till when you finish your project. Because mind you, if there is problem on the land today, you can never even work today to get to the future that you want.
Yeah.
Because if your workers go to the site and then they are sacked by langars.
I even had a situation where there was this land this lady bought, and then the lady started some footings, like he did like four steps, and then she came the next day and people are booking them. And that's money that has gone waste.
That's my problem.
And so you always be throwing money away when you can just, at least you could have done the search. At least, how many days does the search takes?
It takes 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah, maximum of 7 days.
And so it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, if
That's
you are taking,
week.
like you were saying, you are buying a land, you are out there, you are watching, you are buying a
in
land
Ghana,
worth 70,000.
When you're Ghanaian, you owe the lease till 99 years. So just imagine you are buying a land that you're going to stay there for 99 years. And you can't take a week to verify if what you want to buy for 99 years is safer for you and the investment you want to do over there. Just imagine. It's very serious.
Then it's bad.
It's very worrying.
It's bad.
So anytime I see a Ghanaian, or I see a brother, a sister, or a mother crying out loud because he or she is being duped, or he or she has been taken granted of because he didn't make a search of the land to verify whether the person who was selling the land for him or her is a rightful owner, I become very bad. Because I ask myself, now maybe the land you paid for is about maybe, let's say 30,000, as I said. Okay. Imagine having 30,000 Ghana cedis today in your bank account. It can do a lot of things.
A lot. Yes, a lot.
A lot of things.
It can do a lot.
And then having it in mind that you want to develop a land, or you want to own a land to make a project for the future. And mind you, land is one of the most precious things that every Ghanaian or everybody needs to have. You have to have that in mind. If you have a land today and it's safe, the problem that we Ghanaians go and find for ourselves is not buying a safer land. If you buy a safe land, trust me, that thing is a treasure. Buy it, keep it there, or leave it there. You don't feed it, you don't give it anything. In years, if you want to sell it out again, it multiplies for you. So you see the worth of a land.
The value comes up.
But you just have to make sure you go through the right process to buy a peaceful land so that you can get the benefit that you want to get, and also develop the land in a peaceful way so that in the future, if you are not even there, your kids, your grandchildren will have peace on something that you laid for them some years ago.
So your kids and your grandchildren would have peace on the foundation or property you give to them years ago.
Cool.
You see, as at now, if you're not able to get a better land for yourself, I would say that you are doing yourself. Maybe you fell into the wrong hands, but today the right hands has come. Just come and fall into their hands and leave everything to them, and everything will be done for you.
Yeah.
We'll still have a lot more to talk about because I have this question still ringing in my head where people say that, oh, you can pay it in, give you flexible terms of payment.
Yeah.
Now the person doesn't have the money at hand, so it's in a form that the person has to pay installment.
Yeah.
So it becomes a problem. The person going to check the land, probably the first installment payment, the person is paying 1,000 cedis.
Yes.
And the person has to go and pay a check, a land check of, let's say, 1,000 cedis or 2,000 cedis. It becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Yes, it becomes a big problem. And it feels like, how do I start it? How do I do this? How do I do that? But we'll come to that in our next session because our time is fast spent. But yes, you out there, I know you are enjoying it. I know you've been educated more. And also soon we have come to the end of today's program. It has been a very awesome, very educative, very intriguing, and I loved it. There are things I didn't know. And for now, you have known that there are a lot of things to check when you want to go and buy a land. Like I said, our next session is going to also be awesome because we'll be talking about a lot of things. And land is something that everyone wants to own. Everyone has to have one. And so you can't go and throw your money away like that. Yes, you can't go and throw your investment away like that. And so let's all be on guard as we take steps and pick steps on how to acquire land and how to secure them and how to have a safe land as far as we are in Ghana and as far as you are securing it in Ghana. Because one thing I've studied about Ghana is that we have a lot of litigation issues, a lot of land problems, a lot of fighting here and there. I've experienced some, and I know some people out there, you have experienced a lot. Some people have even lost hope of buying lands again. I am telling you that today your savior has come. BUILDAXIS is here to save you from all this stress and all these other things that you've been going through, all these lands that you've bought and you've been duped. BUILDAXIS is here. BUILDAXIS Enterprise is here to help you out through all those things. Whether you're in Ghana, whether you're abroad, they are a registered company and they are trustworthy. And so, like I said, they are very trustworthy, and we are glad to have no other person to help us understand how to acquire a land, a secure land for that matter, without litigation, without problems. The CEO of BUILDAXIS Enterprise, Mr. Adam Shaibu. Mr. Adam Shaibu, please, your last words for people out there, people watching you.
Okay. So I'll not say much because we've already educated the Ghanaians out there who wants to buy land. I always say that never lose hope when it comes to land because land is a big treasure. If you get a peaceful land, trust me, you can gain a lot from just letting it there, not doing anything. Just even 2 years, it can give you multiple of the price you bought it. So what we'll do is that we are not going to say much here, but since our numbers are on the screens, you call BUILDAXIS. When you want to buy a land, you want to make a search, we can help you. If you're not in Ghana, you are in abroad, you want to buy a land, we can help you to do all the due processes, make all the search to make sure that where you are buying the land, even not from us, by a different company, so that you can buy a land that you have your peace. We'll help you run a search, anything concerning land. And then we also do sales of building materials. So after buying the land, or if you have any project that you are already doing, you want to buy building materials, BUILDAXIS have building materials. So we can supply you. We do installment payments as well. So we can give you the goods and then you pay on installment basis. So you just get in touch with us. Anything concerning land, construction, and then building will help you so that you also have a safer home and a safer place for your generations.
And so that you also have a safer home, a safer place for your generations. All building materials, all quality lands, all litigation-free lands. Look nowhere else than BUILDAXIS Enterprise. And we have the CEO here. You see, from all that he was saying, you could know that he has much knowledge on how to acquire a secure land. And so with them, you are in a safe hands. And so I've brought you to the end of today's show. I believe you have been educated. Once again, you won't make those mistakes you made before. My name is Nanael Charles. You can call me NYC for short, and I have been your host. And this is ADZoone Properties. Follow us on all social media handles, ADZoone TV and ADZoone Properties on all social media handles. Thank you very much for watching.